Now we can slow down a little bit. Back to a shoulder width stance. Oh, I heard someone earlier this week saying they weren't sure where their feet were compared to their shoulders. You can look, but just imagine where those shoulder tips are and place your feet where it feels like they are without actually looking down at your feet. That's it. Knees are soft. Aim at a parallel stance. Arms just hang. That's good. And feel how you touch the earth. Remember the rules in Qigong. If any part of the body feels a little stiff, tense, wriggle. If there's stiffness in the neck and shoulders, wriggle, fidget. If the low back is catching, little wriggle at the hips, tucking the tailbone in, releasing it. Not holding a stance with tension. We're puppets. We're hanging from that puppet string at the crown of the head, that golden thread drawing us up, checking that the eyes are resting on that distant horizon, that line between the sky and the earth. Spine hanging from the head. Not a rigid column, a string of chunky beads hanging loosely from the base of your skull. Shoulders hanging off the bones in your neck. Hips hanging off the bones in the lower back. And then feeling the soles of your feet, feeling how you touch the earth. Letting your weight drop back on the heels so you really feel that weight on the heels. But that makes muscles in the front of the body subtly tighten up. Letting your weight come forwards onto the balls of your toes so you really feel the front of your feet. But again, that subtly makes the body feel it's not balanced. So find that middle space where the body is as soft as possible. You can still feel your heels, still feel the balls of your toes. Very, very gently pushing the knees slightly outwards, so the outer edge of your feet, that hard line of skin from the little toe to the heel, pushes against the ground. If you're too keen and you push too hard, the ball of the big toe lifts off the ground. So it's a very gentle pressure. How much of your feet can you connect with the earth? How much of your feet can be your roots? That's it. Just hanging from the sky, that puppet string keeping the body light, taking the weight of your head off your shoulders, lightening the workload on the weight-bearing joints. Soles of the feet receiving support from the earth, stability, confidence. Arms just hanging soft. And take your awareness to any sensation that tells you you're breathing. Any feeling that says air is going into your body, air is leaving your body. Chest moving, belly moving. Maybe not feeling the body moving, but feeling clothes getting tighter as you breathe in, looser as you breathe out. And then taking that attention down to the core, down to the belly. Belly is below the tummy button. Above the tummy button's a tummy. Medical jargon, a tummy and a belly. There we are. just filling the belly up. Each time you breathe in, gently filling the belly, drawing in qi, drawing in oxygen. Each time you breathe out, letting the belly empty, letting go of waste, breathing out carbon dioxide. Using the image of the nose and the belly, a pair of nostrils just below the tummy button. So you're bypassing the nose in your face, you're breathing straight in to that lower center. Breathing qi, energy, oxygen in, recharging, refueling, breathing out waste. Not running for a bus breathing, not anxious breathing, soft, lazy breathing. And just place the palms of your hands on the belly. So you can feel that physical movement of the belly as you breathe in and breathe out. That's it. Now, keeping that awareness of the belly, pushing your hands out, letting your hands drop as you breathe out. Just bring your hands about 9 inches, maybe a foot away from the belly. Imagine you're resting your hands on a big pot belly in front of you, laughing Buddha belly. So your hands no longer physically in contact with the belly. But imagine that movement of the belly as you breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in, filling up like a big balloon, breathing out. Feeling that movement against the palms of your hands, allowing the breath in to push your hands out slightly, allowing the breath out to let the hands drop. That's it. Doesn't have to be much movement. And sometimes just feeling the belly filling, feeling the belly emptying, doesn't produce movement, but just noticing that gentle movement. Soles of the feet still receiving support from the earth. Crown of the head still connected to the puppet string, the sky hook keeping you light. Head hanging from the sky. Spine hanging from the head. That's good. If the rhythm begins to change from that of your breath, don't worry. If the chest moves, let it. All the focus is on the movement of the belly. Breathing in, recharging. Breathing out, releasing. That's it. If the shoulders begin to feel tight, wriggle. If the low back begins to feel tight, wriggle. If a calf or a foot begins to tighten, shake it. That's it. Now, just let your hands slide slightly round so that you now have the image of the qi, the ball of qi between the palms of your hands. Letting the mind's eye make that ball as real as possible. It's a light ball, like a balloon or a fairy liquid bubble. Imagine the texture as you slide your hands round the surface of that ball. Imagine its resistance as you squeeze it. If the mind's eye wants to, chooses to, give it a color. Fill it with helium. Allow the ball to have the power to hold your arms up. And then in your own time, those of you who are familiar with this movement, just letting the ball gradually draw your arms up Wherever you meet resistance, if the shoulders today don't remember how it should be, but how do the shoulders feel today? How high can you allow the ball to draw your arms up and still smile? And at your highest point, just pause, let the ball divide, one small ball stuck to the palm of each hand, turning the palms out, and gently allowing those small balls to support the arms down. At the bottom, the two small balls, one large ball with the power to draw your arms up. Wherever your shoulders say, that's high enough today in this moment, that's where you stop. The ball divides, the palms turn outwards, and the two small balls gently support your arms down. Breathing in, allowing the large ball to draw your arms up. Breathing out, allowing the two small balls to support the arms down. The movement synchronizing with your comfortable breathing. Eyes resting on that distant horizon, that line between the sky and the earth. Skyhook keeping you light, extended. Soles of your feet, your roots, keeping you grounded, rooted, stable. At the end of each breath out, noticing that moment of stillness before you breathe in. At the end of each breath in, noticing that moment of stillness before you breathe out. You don't have to create that moment of stillness. It's always there. You simply have to notice it. Each breath in, filling the belly up, recharging, refueling. Each breath, letting the belly empty, releasing. We'll just do 3 more circles. And at the end of that last circle, the final breath in just brings the ball of chi to a point of stillness somewhere between the chest and the belly. Make sure you haven't collapsed, that skyhook still keeping you fully extended. Shoulders haven't crept up towards your ears, elbows still hanging. And then just slide your hands on top of that ball, and gravity takes the ball down to the earth. And just let the arms hang. I wasn't looking at the screen for a few minutes there, and it's always such a lovely releasing sigh when I look and I think, oh, yeah, you're all still here, you're all still moving. We'll go straight into knee rotations. Feet almost touching. I haven't fiddled with the camera for a bit, so let's just cut my head off, let you see the ground. So, feet almost touching, little gap between the ankle bones, knees touching if they want to, but never forcing them. Hands just resting on your thighs, good friends. And being lowered from the crown of the head down. So we're not going into a squat position. We're not trying to drop down low, so not leaning forwards. You're still hanging from that puppet string, head hanging, spine hanging. Where do your knees and hips and ankles feel comfortable? That's it. And then slow, smooth circles of the knees. Keeping the soles of the feet firmly stuck to the ground. Don't weaken your roots. If the knees don't like these circles, make them smaller. Doesn't matter how tiny the circles are. Perhaps the ankles are very stiff. The knees would like to make bigger circles, but the ankles say, no, we can't. So listen to both. That's it. All the movement comes from the crown of the head. The puppet string at the crown of the head lifts you and lowers you. Each time you're lowered, soles of the feet being pushed against the ground. Again, everyone's muted, so I can't hear, but if you want to sigh, if a particular movement makes you feel like going, oh, let it. Let the noise out. Right, we'll just do 3 more circles in this direction. And then change direction, but make the circles very tiny to begin with. Check that your knees and ankles are happy with the circles going in the opposite direction. If it feels okay, then gradually let those circles get a little bigger, never beyond smile. If any part of the body begins to grumble, make the movement smaller. If any part of the body starts juddering, let it, smile at it. Those thigh muscles are so good at juddering. Praise them for untangling themselves. Don't try and control the judder. Just 3 more circles. And come back to the WuQi position. Oh, there we are. That's good. Oh, now I think I'll leave my head cut off for a little while.